board. Okay, so I wanted to, and thank you guys for being flexible, because I really do want to use your time wisely. So I actually made sure that I wrote down so that I stayed on track. Did anybody get a chance yet to listen to the National Wake Up Call by Coach Jimmy? Yeah, I always listen to him on replay. I don't listen to them live. And he's like, I like him. I do like him. But he's not my favorite. So I kind of pick and choose what I like to listen to by him. But he is super successful and has this huge business. So definitely worth a listen. And I love to listen to it on the podcast because you can kind of fast forward through all the new coach announcements and what's the dude's name that always talks? Jeff Hill. Drives me crazy sometimes. Okay. But I listened to it today and I wrote these 3 things down that I really liked. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about that because I know you guys can go listen to it on your own. But kind of the big takeaways for me was his whole point was about getting every inch of momentum that you can out of the end of the year. So I don't know if you guys are struggling right now. It's kind of like a fitness journey. People right now are like, ugh, it's Christmas. I don't really want to do this right now. I'll just pick it up on January 1st. Well, we kind of get like that with our business. It's like nobody's going to buy right now, and nobody wants to eat healthy, and people aren't answering me, and so we kind of just, like poop out. But right now, I'm telling you guys, I've had more momentum in the last week or so than I feel like I've had in months. And part of that's probably because I think I have a different mindset. But this is the time. Like, people are thinking about January 1st. And people, we have a lot of things to leverage right now. So I want to make sure I stay on track. What I really liked about what he said today is he said you have 3 opportunities with anybody you touch base with. They're either going to say yes, they're going to say not right now, which in other words we would hear the word no, but we always know that a no is actually just it's not right for me now, but they will come back if you continue to add value and help them. And then the third thing, and I think we miss this a lot, I know I forget, is it's either a yes, a not right now, or a referral opportunity. Do you offer the opportunity? I used to do this all the time in a script I use, and then I guess I typed a new script and I forgot to stick it in there. But do you think when you're talking to somebody, if they say, I can't right now, do you ever think to say, well, I totally understand, and I'd love to check in on you. Maybe can I send you some healthy recipes? And the other thing I'd love to know is, do you know anybody who might be interested in what I'm talking about? And that is not just fitness, that's business-wise as well. So we're real good about presenting the fitness and the eating portion of what we do, but we're weird about the business opportunity. And have you ever thought somebody would be a really good coach, but they just don't want to sign up? I mean, we've all seen that, right? Well, if you think they would be a really good coach, don't you think they probably have friends that are like them that might be willing to talk to you about it? I was on a call today with somebody who's considering signing up for the business opportunity, and totally lost my train of thought. Oh, I just started thinking about, like, in my head, I'm like, if she says no, I sit there in my head and I think, man, she'd be really great. And I knew she's got this, she's young, and she's a young mom, and she's a stay-at-home mom, and she's a homeschool mom. Think of all the people she knows, right? And so I'm thinking, she could have a great downline, but she tells me no. Why would I walk away from that? I mean, it may not be right for her, but you can always talk to them about who they know. And the other thing I was telling her is, I promise you guys, 90%, I'm just pulling that number out of my head, but at this point for me, I don't know any of my challengers. Like, we just opened that group and I have 3 challengers. I've never met any of them, ever. I've never talked to them in the face. Nothing. They are all people who have come to me because they've heard from other people that I am somebody that could help them. So don't miss that opportunity of your referrals. The other thing I used to do that I haven't done in a long time, and it was a good reminder for me today, when somebody does sign up for a challenge pack, make sure to throw that in there and say, I'm so excited that you've signed up. Hey, do you have anybody that might want to do it with you? Because there's still time. I know my challengers who sign up with their moms or their sisters or their coworkers tend to be more successful because they have people in person to help keep them on track. And I would get pretty good success out of that, where somebody would go, you know, my sister might actually want to do this with me. Let me talk to her. And then you get another challenge pack out of it. So don't forget about referrals, okay? The other thing he talked about that I really liked was, you know how like in an autumn workout, she's got a minute. You do a move for a minute, right? Like you hold a plank for a minute, and they always get to the almost, don't give up, only 10 more seconds. You guys, hold on, only 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, right? And then you drop. And sometimes, because I know a lot of times, as soon as they start seeing 3, if I've like just completed a move, I'm like, I probably don't have time to get another one in. I'm good. And I stop, right? And he was like, have you ever seen those transformations for like insanity and or any transformation? And you're like, whoa, like there's always one where you're like, you did that in 30 days. And he was talking about that person, when they hear 3, 2, 1, they don't stop. They try to see how many more they can get in before 1, right? And so when you look at that over a 30-day period, how many extra reps do you think that person got compared to the person who stops with 5 seconds left or 3 seconds left? And I just thought that was really interesting, right? So it's the same thing with our business. If right now you go, this is the worst time of year, you are lying to yourself, and it is an excuse. It is not the worst time of year. People are buying gifts. People are getting money. People are interested in, they feel like crap right now because they are so sugar laden. You guys know what that's like when you have like, you know, I know y'all just, Amy and Jenny, you guys just had that birthday weekend, and, you know, you indulge in sweets, and then you go, man, this is not the way I want to feel. Well, imagine people who are doing it for the whole month of December, and they've gone to their 5th Christmas party. This is a great time to get people interested. So don't sell yourself short, okay? All right. I am going to screen share with you guys for just a minute. Hey, Deanna, I didn't get to say hi to you. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Nod. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, I created a Facebook page. Don't stress. It's not, you don't have to do anything. I'm not creating a group of people, or don't stress about that. But I created a group. Huh, she's wanting a challenge pack. How exciting. I created a group today. What did I call it? Where I put some potential scripts in there that you guys, I'm going to add you guys to this group. This group is not like a check-in or nothing like that. I put some scripts in there, and I want you guys to have access to them. I just have to remember, I did this like right as I was closing down my computer to have dinner with my family, and I'm trying to remember where I put it. Give me 1 second, guys, sorry. No, I don't want to discover groups. I want to see my groups. You would think I don't know how to work Facebook, huh? Here we go. I called it Team Dunamas Scripts. Okay. The first thing I wanted to show you guys is this. And this will be in the group, and I'll add you guys to it. I didn't want to add you to it until I told you what it was, so you weren't like, what? I don't want it in another group, Jackie. Corey shared this today with the advisory board, and I just thought it was super interesting. I'm not going to read it to you, but here's the basic gist. Basically, people think I send somebody a message and invite them, and they don't respond, so I'm done. I'm going to move on to somebody else. They don't want what I have. Or they respond, and you answer, and then they stop responding. But here's the statistics, basically, guys. Only 2% of sales are made on the first contact. So if you contact 100 people, out of those 100 people, only 2 of them statistically would actually buy the very first time you contact them. So you have to ask yourself, how often are you contacting the same person? If you contact them once and you think they don't want it and you're done, then you're missing an opportunity. 3% of the sales are made on the second contact. That's not very good odds either. Well, I don't want to be annoying. That's what we all worry about, right? 5% are made on the third contact, 10% on the fourth, and 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. So keep that in mind. You cannot contact somebody one time and they don't respond, so you think they don't want it. Or they do respond and then they stop responding. You just have to remember, they're not Beachbody coaches. So they're, like we are all keeping on top of our messages. People look at their phone, they're in the grocery store, they open it. You're like, they opened it, they read it, and they didn't respond. Well, they might have opened it and then their kid knocked over the candy display at the grocery store and they had to go pick it up, and then they've never thought about it again. People need to be reminded, not in an annoying way, but you do have to follow up. That slide is actually in that page, so if you want to save it, when I add you to it, you can. I'm going to stop my share for just a minute. I wanted to show you guys this. It's not really like, I don't expect you to read it all, but this is a notebook that I keep that I've tried to become more organized, okay? So these are my Power of Threes, and over the last few weeks, or days actually, okay? And you can see I started highlighting. Probably the color you're going to see the most is red. Okay, today alone, I have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people respond back and say, no, thank you. Some of them said, I don't have the money. Never even let me get to the money part. They just said, no, thank you. And that's okay. These people, I can guarantee you, I will put them down and I will say, can I check on you? Can I check on you in a month and just see how you're doing? And if I actually do, there's another contact. Will they probably buy the next time I contact them? Probably not. But I just want to show you guys, I don't know what your perception is of top coaches or coaches who are higher ranked than you. I'm not a top coach, I didn't mean that. But like higher ranked coaches than you, the people on the advisory board or whatever. I don't know what your perception is. I can promise you over 2 years in, it's much harder to get Success Club points now than it used to be because I have no market left. And like I said, the people I do get, I've never met before. So you have a better chance the earlier in the business you are. But if you're not putting in the work, if you're not, that whole thing we talked about, going for no, all those reds, they make me kind of happy because I know the more reds I get, the more no's I get, the better chance I'm going to get of finally, see the one right there? I got one that's green. She said yes. Okay? All the rest either said no, didn't respond, and the yellow ones are kind of like, yeah, I don't really know, but can I get some information? It's like, I'm going to keep talking to them, but more than likely, maybe one out of those yellows will actually commit. It's just the way it is. Don't take it personal. The other thing I told you guys about in a live video the other day, I'm going to show you guys this. So I went to my back office, you guys see, and I printed any challenger I've ever had before. I've got pages, but I've been doing this, for 2 years. I think it came out to almost 300 people. And I narrowed the search so it's only people that actually, not free customers, but like people who've actually bought challenge packs for me. So I told you guys, my plan in December is I am going to contact every one of these people, 300 of them. They will get a message from me. And you know what? I started, and most of them are not responding to me. They aren't. That's okay. But I got 2 who said, I am ready. I'm ready to get back in. So this was my other thing that I'm doing, is contacting people who previously bought and then quit. Okay, now I'm going to screen share again because I want to show you guys these scripts, because I really think this is going to be really helpful. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. This will all be, I'm going to add you guys all to this group that I just created. There's no cover photo, nothing. I didn't do anything like that. I just posted these scripts. And at the beginning of each script, I put what it is, okay? So this one right here is, I made a list of people I've chatted with, and I really encourage you guys to try to do this. Keep a list of people who maybe have sent you a message. You've made a Sunday night post, and they send you a message, and they say, I'm interested. And so you start talking to them. And either, like, sometimes people do that, and I'll send them my original message telling them about challenge groups and asking them what their goals are and, what kind of workouts do you like and what are you trying to do, things like that. And they will read it and they will never respond, right? So sometimes they will respond and you'll kind of go back and forth and then they just dwindle out, right? So this script is partially me, partially Jessie Meredith. She was chatting with us the other day and she's like, I just created this script and this is for any person I've ever had who was interested but never signed up, okay? And I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not a big Hey Girl fan because I think when you don't specify their name, it sounds scripted, okay? So I try not to start mine with Hey Girl. Sometimes I'll say something like Hey Mama or Hey Sweet Mama or something like that because I actually talk like that. But if I do that, I make sure something in the message sounds personal. You don't ever want to just copy, paste, and send a bunch of messages without personalizing them a little bit, because that's when you sound salesy. So, and I love this. It's like, hey girl, the timing for you to join one of my fitness groups has never seemed to quite work out. And I wanted to see if you'd be interested in January because we are having a really awesome New Year's group that will be part of the Beachbody Health Bet. Basically, everyone who participates in the 4-week group will split a pot of money valued at over $2 million. It's just an extra incentive to get fit at a time when most people are already working on getting healthy, on a healthy New Year's resolution. I would love for you to join us starting the first week of January. Are you interested? Now, y'all who know me, I always tell you guys, end with the question you want them to answer. Don't then start talking to them about, so what are you doing on your Christmas break? Hey, what did you get your kid for Santa or what? Don't do that. You want it to end on, are you interested, so that their very first response will be more than likely an answer to that question, okay? Then, so that's the one that Jessie wrote. So I took that and I personalized it. And so I added for you guys kind of how I tweaked it. You don't want them to be super long, but you also, like I said, don't want them to sound scripted. So I sent this to a girl who had messaged me, said she was ready to sign up. I thought for sure she was going to sign up, and then all of a sudden she just quit responding to me. And then finally she responded to me and she said, I just don't have the money right now. I'm going to have to wait. Okay, so I liked this one because I specified in it that I know finances were part of what kept you from doing it. So I think this is really good news for you. Because with the health bet, guys, so if they're concerned about money, starting January 1st, these programs are going to go up more than likely to $160. So they'll be $20 more. Plus, more than likely, they're going to earn about $20 from the health bet. So getting it now and getting in the group, it's like they get a challenge pack for $100 because they get $40. I mean, not really, but you know what I mean? Like they're saving $40. Whereas if they wait until January to sign up, they're probably going to pay $160, and they may not be able to get into the health bet because they wait too late. So this is the time to talk to the people who are worried about money. So I didn't want to, I'm not going to read all of it, but notice that I started with something personal. She just made a post about getting back into her pre-pregnancy genes. So she may very well have no interest in talking to me. Whatever she's doing, she's making progress. But at least she knows that I'm watching her and I'm congratulating her. And I start by saying, I know the timing for you to join one of my fitness groups has never seemed to work out because finances were a bit of a stress. So good news. And then I went into the whole Beachbody Health Bet thing. So that is there for you guys to use. Then the next one that I put in here for you guys is somebody who is a previous challenger. And if you're a brand new coach, this may not be great for you right now, but save it because eventually you will have people that you'll want to use this on. So, hi Blake, just wanted to reach out and see how you've been. Looks like you're enjoying some fun times for the holidays. I did a very personal, she posted something about Hamilton and I talked about that because I want her to know this is not just for everybody. This was specifically for her. And then down here I put, also I'm trying to follow up with previous challengers just to see how you are doing and if there is anything I can do to help support you. I know it's a tough time of year. I just want to reach out and see if you need any help getting back on track or even if you might want to get back in one of my groups. No pressure. I just don't ever want someone who I previously supported to feel abandoned. I would love to hear back and see if you might have any interest in making a plan so when January 1 gets here, you are ready to be the healthiest ever in 2017. I'm also super excited because my group that opens in January will be a part of the Beachbody Health Bet, where Beachbody actually sends checks to people who participate in online challenge groups. Okay, notice I did not get into, now in order to get the check, you have to log and do this app. That's too much. That's too much. Just put it out there. Give them a little bit of information, and then if they're interested, they're going to message you back. Okay? All right. So that's there. Obviously, you're not going to want to completely copy and paste that, but it helps you kind of, I know it always would help me to hear how other coaches were wording what they were saying. So hopefully that will help you guys. And then this is straight from Corey. She posted this in the advisory board, and I just copied and pasted it here from you guys. These are scripts that she's using. She said, as we wind down the year, I begin to reach out to every single one of my coaches, active and non-active, to see if I can reignite some interest. I also think all of you, really Emerald and above coaches, need to do this. You are free to tweak, but the scripts will give your coaches the confidence to voice memo everyone they have ever signed up. So you could even, instead of copying and pasting this, you could do voice messaging. So if you have discount coaches, there's a script here. I'm not going to read it all to you, but there's a script here. If you have coaches who were interested in working the business but have gone inactive, there's a script there for you as well. You know, and it just comes across more as like, she's very specific. Corey's really good with words. I'm sure you guys know that. I love this, like this inactive coach script. Hey, Lisa, I hope you're doing well. Just want to pop in and say hello. As we are heading into a new year, I wanted to check in regarding your goals and see if there's any additional support that I can give you. I love that she does this. I know when you signed up in April for the discount, you were really motivated to lose that 10 pounds and feel better, making sure you restate their goals. Life often happens, and I know that you got off track with your daily shakes and haven't received it in a few months, but I have a brand new accountability group, and I'd love for you to join. And then she also has a script here for somebody who was a business builder that, you know, kind of sputtered out. So I wanted tonight, let me stop share here. I know we're probably getting short on time. I wanted tonight for you guys to, first of all, know that if you give up right now, if you're just coasting, you're missing such a great opportunity. I know it's easy with everything going on to think, I don't want to. But I don't know why, for some reason, this time of year almost motivates me more than I've been motivated in a long time. And I want to make sure that you guys know that I am still here. I am still doing the work. I am here for what you guys need. I always want to share with you guys kind of what I'm doing that's helping me. I found I don't know really how I got an email. I get emails from this lady named Amy Porterfield. She's a social media trainer, helps people run their businesses on social media. She's a good person to check out. She does some free webinars, and her whole business is helping people learn how to run their businesses better on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. So she's a good one to look up. Amy Porterfield is her name. So I did a training by her, and then so she sends a bunch of emails, just so you know. They all want your email address. It's basically, their payment is give me your email address so I can send you lots and lots and lots of stuff about how to continue to, you know, be engaged with the business I run. But she had this free email that came out, and I don't know why. A lot of times I don't even open them. I just delete them because I get too many to keep up with. But this one she had was from this guy named Todd Herman. His name is Todd Herman. And he wrote a book. If you were on the call last night, I actually had chatted with Corey about it previously, and then I thought it was neat that she did a call about it. But he wrote this book, and it's called The 90-Day Year, I think. And basically, the research shows when you set goals, like when you set a goal for what you're going to accomplish in a year, it actually oftentimes is more detrimental to your progress than it is helpful. And so I've listened, Chalene Johnson does a whole podcast, and I love it, about how to break your goals out into 90 days and how to break it down week by week. And it's really good. And I've done it several times. If you haven't done hers, it's really, really good. She has a podcast on the Chalene show called Increase Your Income in 90 Days or something like that. Sorry. So anyways, I thought, I needed something new. So I listened to, he had this whole video series that you can watch. He also has a Facebook group that you can get into. And I started, I really listened to it. Last Monday, I sat down and I listened to video 1. The videos are 16 minutes. And I don't know why, sometimes you'll hear a sermon and you'll think, whoa, that really was I needed to hear that. Well, that's kind of how this was for me. And so I don't know if you'll have the same experience as I did listening to it, but if you're looking for some good PD to help you zone in, I feel like sometimes we set so many goals. I got to hit this rank, and I want to hit this income, and I need to get Success Club this, and I need to be recruiting, and we have groups, and we're so just too many things. And so he helps you really come up with, first of all, a 90-day goal, and then he has you break it into, okay, so here's your 90-day goal. What do you need to do in the next 2 weeks to get to that goal? So, and I'll share with you guys, because we do have a few minutes, what my 90-day goal is. My 90-day goal was income based. So I wrote down that I would like my income to be on average $1,000 a week. Okay. Now my biggest week ever was about $1,500. And that used to be my goal, was okay, I need to hit 1,500 every week. That's my goal. And I was just discouraged because I was way far. That was it wasn't a realistic goal. It's like saying, I weigh 200 pounds, but I want to be a size 2 by Valentine's Day. It's probably not going to, I mean, you can start, but you're probably not going to be there, right? Okay, that's kind of how this was. And I was getting super discouraged about, like, it was just too big. Like, I needed to zone it down. So I broke it, and I actually sat down and I looked at my income. I wrote my income out for every week for the last 3 months. I averaged out what I actually am making. This is a doable goal. So I needed to increase my income $150 a week is what I basically said. I'm averaging about $850 a week. And so I broke that down. And so then he said, okay, so in order to do that, what would you do? Well, in order to increase my income, I either need to sell a whole bunch of challenge packs, or I need to increase volume in my downline, on my own and in my downline. And so I took those two things and I wrote myself mini goals. So then he says, okay, in 2 weeks, what's your goal? So my goal was, in a 2-week period, that I was going to hit Success Club 15. Now, I don't know if I will. I mean, I may not. I didn't do anything crazy like Success Club 40. I did something that is doable, but is going to push me a little bit. And so I don't know why, but just last Monday when I sat down, I was like, okay, I have 14 days to hit Success Club 15. What is that going to take? And I tend to put off power of threes. I just do. I am like the worst leader ever. I don't know why, but it will be the last thing I will do in my day. And it's probably the most detrimental, important thing I need to be doing. And so without fail, I am making sure that I am doing Success Club 3, and I'm actually trying to do Success Club 5, Power of Threes. I'm actually trying to do Power of Fives every day. And you know what? I'm 7 days in, and I have 6 Success Club points. Go figure, right? Like, when I focused on that has been my focus, is that it works. And so I just really, really think that it's a great PD for you guys to listen to. His name is Todd Herman. You can search him on Facebook. He has a group. It's called the 90-Day Year. And if I can find it and screenshot it, I'll post it in this little private Facebook group I just created. So if you're interested, I know we all have, I don't want to distract you with another, do this, do this, do this. But I really, really thought it was helpful for me to, and another thing he talks about is just how unproductive we are when we have 10 different projects going on. It takes us 10 times as long to do anything when our brain is constantly, you know, like, oh, wait, I need to do Power Threes, but wait a minute, I need to check my messages. Oh, wait a minute, I haven't checked into my group yet. Oh, wait a minute, this coach messaged me and I need to get her started in new coach training. It's so much, right? So, I don't know, for me, I needed something to, like, it was like an Adderall, like, just focus, and helped me a lot. So I wanted to share that with you guys too. Okay. So I shared a lot of information with you guys. Recap is, don't quit, even though it feels like this is the hardest time of the year. A lot of people come Friday are going to be, if they're teachers and if they have kids, they're about to be off of work, and they're going to have time to sit down and figure out what they want to do in 2017. So this is a great time for you to be reaching out to them. I opened that group, and I will add you all to it so you can copy and paste these scripts and just make them the best you can. I have a coach confession to you today. I sent 3 messages today to previous challengers, and all 3 of them said, "Hey, Blake." And one of them responded back and went, "This isn't Blake." And I was like, how do you even come back from that? Like, right? You know, like, it was very personalized. And I just said that. I was like, I'm so sorry. I copied and pasted the details of the group, and I missed that it said, "Hey, Blake." But the rest of it was very specifically written for you. But, you know, like, it happened. So, and she didn't respond back after that. So maybe I lost her forever. Who knows? But, Hopefully my mistake will help you guys understand that even I suck. Okay, we just have about 3 minutes left. Does anybody have anything they're concerned about, or they have a quick question about? Anything I said you're not sure about? Hey, Shelly. It's exciting to see you here. And Hannah. I think this might be y'all's first time. Who's on the phone? I don't know who that is. They're quiet. I'm not sure who that person is.
Actually, I think that's my number.
Oh, is it? How funny. Like, I see
Yeah,
two.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I see two different for you there.
I don't know. Like, my picture showed up, but then I'm also, like, phone, too. I don't know.
You're very present. Like 2 times present.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, y'all. I don't want to keep you just to keep you. No questions? Was there anything in the chat? I always forget to check that. Nope. Okay. I'm going to add all of you. And if you have a downline and you think, you want to add who you want to, and then you all can message them and tell them what the group is and why it's there. And it should really make your Power of Threes easy, because you kind of already have a script. Just come up with some people that, you have what you need to talk to them about Health Bet. You have what you need to talk to them if they've quit. You have what you need if they've never committed. So now just kind of generate a list of those 3 different types of people and hit it hard. So hopefully it'll help. Sound good? All right.
Yep.
Have a good night. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.